Really like to thank you for the awesome community I have in the Discord. That's entirely related to those individual people happening to be awesome and also located in that Discord. I'm just lucky I happen to get to enjoy their company, frankly. Silly, thank you very much for the gift 1 tier sub to Tramburai. Much appreciated, Tramburai. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. All right, I threw my hacking piece back in there. So I've got hacking, stealth skills. Stealth skills is lockpick and stealth skills does have lockpick in. I think it's lockpick, hack, and stealth. So this is just here for dialogue. That's here for dialogue. That's here for long guns / dialogue. Yeah, we're still in the position where we're trying to decide what armor our actual character should wear. Right, I'm wearing the tech skills one at the moment. Okay, cool. I was wondering why I wasn't wearing my anti-riot gear. Although they look relatively similar. Not sure how long I'll be here for. I have a D&D game and I'm technically a proper player, but one of my level 20 characters from campaign 10 years ago is a writer who's tailing them. I love those kinds of like outside inclusions in D&D campaigns. I'm actually going to get to do one myself. I'm actually getting to do one myself super soon as well because a character in my partner's D&D campaign died. And the player has decided that their new character knows my old character from that series, so I get to play again. It's gonna be good. I'm effectively kind of like a suited devil type, effectively. Like, commentator for him? Yeah, it's Belzehem, the Keith, the theatrical devil who accidentally took over all of the 9 realms. Or rather, took over the 9 realms by exploiting the party. Just betraying them constantly. You know, like a devil might do. But thankfully, they seem to like the character enough that they don't really care about the betrayals. Alright, let's repair all of these before we go out at least.
Work with it. You're in control here, our body.
You had to make the difficult choice to pull away from Pokemon Shield. Good lord. I appreciate that you did so. I can understand the difficulty inherent. There. Although I think actually I'm going off plan. No. I've got to finish the cannons thing first here. Currently watching a Let's Play of someone who's around on the second planet. How much we get spoiled? Probably a lot, unfortunately, Nina. I would probably recommend not watching the stream if you're worried about spoilers for those kinds of things. We are, I want to say, about 4 planets ahead of that. And in particular, I'm about to do the culmination of a bunch of story missions, so if you are gonna dodge, I'd recommend doing it now. Regardless, thank you for tuning in. Difficult decision, Ko is playing, yeah. That's Carnage Co, I have to imagine. Okay. We need to resolve this quest. I think we resolved the quest just directly in... Well, no. Oh, right, we actually had to get the transcoder and then hand that off to someone. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Can't remember, did you finish the Iconoclast storyline? The MSI/Iconoclast storyline is the one that I'm currently doing, actually. All I have to do for it is the final mission, though. Also, last night, but never saw my answer. I've seen the new Pokemon game. Am I planning on playing it in my free time? I have seen it. Both of my housemates are playing it. That is to say, my partner and my housemate are both playing it directly next to each other.
We're rambling into the jaws of danger.
In the main room constantly. So yeah, I've seen it. I don't necessarily think I'll be playing it though. I don't actually have a Switch. So it's like a huge investment for any time a game comes out on Switch. Because I haven't already bought in. Every single time I'm like, is this the one game that I will buy a Switch in order to be able to play? No? Okay, fine. Although I've done that enough times that it's probably stacked up. Alright, run away. This clearly is not the gun that I want to be using at this point. Which is... Oh, there we go. Wait a second. Which one do I have out? I had the better damage one out. It's just the Mantiqueen is real mean. Okay. The only good grace that we have here is that we have corrosion on this. Yeah, that's not even doing much damage. Still peaks, he won't mind. Yeah, does it can you have multiple save slots if you have like a different Switch account? Because if so, then sure, I can even still just play it. No good boss, try another weapon. That one actually works better than any of the other ones I've tried so far, though. Probably getting a Switch Lite if you do. I don't necessarily think I would, TBH. What's this game about? This game is effectively late-stage capitalism in space. It's, we're just going around, you know, setting up couples and unionizing workplaces.
And we're stuck, game.
They're both Manta Queens is the thing. So my sneak attack damage was enough to take out one pretty early. I wonder if I should probably pop a focus at all. You should have a fair few of them on me at the absolute least. Ooh, currently holding all of these. Damn, those need to go back as well. Cosmic Smoke is... Nope. Not the crit damage one. Where is it? There's one that increases your... Yeah, there we go. Sniper. Critical damage plus 15% and bonus to headshots and weak shots. And then this is definitely my correct weapon, right? Or... Nope. That's... Wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one again. Having two of the same model gun is a little bit frustrating, I'll admit. Thankfully, our TTD lasts for 1,000 years. Come on. Yoko. Please. Making a couple of informing unions at the same time. Yeah, it's wholly internally consistent. Gonna continue focusing until we can at least get one of them down. Yeah, Nyoka needs a different piece of armor. Having her go down at pretty much the start of every battle is not working for me.
This area is suicide. If you got a way around it, ain't no shame in taking it.
If you've got a way around it, ain't no shame in taking it. That's probably a hint that there is a way around it that we just haven't discovered yet. Retrieve the thing. Zora. Santos says he's willing to negotiate with Zorius. You're surprised I didn't get the sniper from the restricted sales in Fallbrook to get to the end of the game? The restricted sniper in Fallbrook is about as good, statistically is my understanding, as my old assault rifle, the Deadeye one. Whereas this is Deadeye 2. So I thought this one was just better in general. Morning, Amy. Good to see you. We've literally just begun the stream for today. Most of it has been conversational at this rate. But we're trying to set out for the end of the MSI Iconoclast quest for Monarch. I don't necessarily have a second way around all of this. It's really unfortunate. The Manta Queens are really, really hazardous to my kind of like sit backs and snipe playstyle. They're extremely, extremely tough. Also, I have been shooting them in the head, and if I recall correctly, I've been told that that's not their weak spot, so... In fact, I've been told that they're armored exclusively... Not exclusively, but they are heavily armored on the head. Alright, this thing doesn't have any silencer on it, so let's change this one. Because we should be able to kill Manta Pillars for free.
Never saw you coming.
Like that. Just glancing around looking for movement. Manta Pillar in the distance. Easy. It's another soldier. Manta Swarm. Manta Swarms never seem to die in a single hit for me at all. The Fallbrook sniper gets a sound muffle, and usually the Deadeyes don't have them. This one does. Oh, sorry, this one doesn't have it. It has a modification that I could have put a sound muffler on, but I instead put 25% crit. Deadeye Mark II has a barrel slot, whereas the Deadeye Mark normal doesn't. Yeah, that one's not going to be enough. We're going to need the corrosive.
Nice. All right, let's dance.
As long as I haven't invited too many enemies to fight. Okay, cool. It's just the ones that were on the map.
My time to shine.
Didn't get a mark so you didn't realize. That's a mistake. That's fine. I was extremely glad to realize that it was the case for me. I didn't necessarily expect it to be. I just got really lucky. Again, Ryan, stop shooting them in the head! Although, to be honest, it doesn't seem like shooting them in the guts was significantly better than that. Drop kicked it straight to death, though.
Got it.
Rhapsody, I love you. Why don't you upload very much on YouTube anymore? Largely because I'm spending a large amount of my time doing the Outer Worlds, and I'm a little bit burnt out on Slay the Spire at the moment. So yeah, it's kind of just the multiplayer series, and soon the Outer Worlds VODs that are going to be going live on YouTube. But as soon as I'm done with those, then I can refocus back on the other games. There's actually a couple that I wanted to cover. Obviously, Disco Elysium comes to mind. As well as Slay the Spire Modded also. But I do want to kind of do like a short series on Bumbo. I don't necessarily think that it would be a particularly long series. And I also think that Bumbo might actually fit itself better to a format of recording it on Twitch. Recording it as a Let's Play, but recording it on Twitch. So that's the kind of thing that's easier to do after Outer Worlds is done. There's only so many spires one can slay. No, I don't necessarily think that's true. It's just there's only so many spires one can slay, you know, with a specific character, using specific strategies over the course of a specific period of time. Oh, and Silly, thank you very much for the gift of a tier 1 sub to Magnificence89. Much appreciated, Magnificence89. Enjoy emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Catch you in a bit, Black. Mega Raptidon. Okay, so we want to take out everyone else first, especially the Spitters if we can find any. It's Mantipillar, but it's dead. Assuming they've just been fighting. Fine. I'll open the fight early just because I couldn't see another Spitter on the other side. So it just eventually had to happen. Get him, Felix. Well done, bud. Ooh, mag to melt. Hell yes. And a plasma rifle 2.0. I'm assuming that would in general be good, but not yet.
That's the last
Felix gave their life, taking out another one for me. Thank you, Felix. Sincerely much appreciated. Reminds me of the Canyon of Cazadors in New Vegas. I'm over-equipped for a Canyon of Cazadors because that was always the first way that I would go. Oftentimes in New Vegas, like I would start with as high as I could get my luck stat to go, and then I would just book it straight to New Vegas, gamble until I had all of the money in the world, and then go buy everything. I love how non-linear that game is. I don't necessarily think that's probably another thing that would go from 10 to 9 for my rating for this game at the moment, is it does have actual linearity. Like you can do things out of order, but due to the fact that it's not an open world, it's actually like a hub-based system with the planets. The linearity is effectively locked behind, you know, the nav pads and stuff like that you actually need to land on those planets, rather than actually being able to walk like straight to the end goal like a lot of open world games do. You're just watching from release Slay the Spire episodes just for the custom challenges. Do you plan on doing customs with the Watcher at some point? Yes. See, all of those are the kinds of things that I do in order to keep series fresh for myself. It's just that I'm stuck in the Heartbreaker Ascensions at the moment. And kind of part of the idea of those is that they're an endurance test.
Solid kill.
Oops. The idea of those is partly that they're an endurance test. So the idea of like stopping and doing something else and then coming back to them is a little more daunting, especially when time doesn't necessarily permit, than just taking a small break. You tend to min-max your way to 10 intel at the NB clinic early? Yep. Oh god, that... was the clinic introduced in one of the DLC packs, or was the clinic in the base game? Because, god, you can get real powerful with those. Okay, even more hunting to go along this way. It does feel like along this hunting ground there'll be something hidden. Just not certain where.
I love a good brawl.
That's way too far to have aggroed that enemy. Away from me, Mauler. In the base with the DLC made it easier to get money for upgrades. I've actually been thinking a lot recently about the DLC for Fallout New Vegas in particular, because I've been trying to talk about what kinds of DLC I think would be appropriate for the Outer Worlds. And all of those, okay, Honest Hearts, yes. Dead Money, yes. Big MT, yes. Oh, God. Honest Hearts? I said that already. But they largely take locations, or largely take place in a location that you have to go to specifically for the DLC. Obviously, that's something that's necessarily supported in this game already, with the teleporting to planet system. And if there was a DLC for this game, the quality of Dead Money, oh. Do you think it's very likely the Outer Worlds will get DLC? I think it's guaranteed.
Yeah, me too. You have fun, Captain.
I would be extremely surprised if there wasn't like a decent amount of DLC offering for this game. But, you know, DLC, non-traditionally DLC, like actual expansion pack, significant DLC kinds of stuff. Captain's Key. No, I'm guessing I can probably just use this to unlock it. UDL RQL MKIV gunship. Sorry, Mark IV gunship. Captain Matsu's Captain Key is active, but his life signs are no longer detected on the bridge. Logging flight hours while not present for duty is a violation of UDL policy. Rather than ejecting the key first, I'm going to go for everything else. Okay, targeting module. Targeting module located in primary routing. Access requires Captain Matsu's command key. The integration module responsible for the controlling of the ship's primary functions. Removing it will void your manufacturer's warranty, rather. And despite removing it, the ship remains UDL property. Unauthorized access by parties not covered in the UDL policy is a felony. You'd love more planets to explore? I like the idea of a planet that is wholly self-contained, or the addition of factions that are everywhere, right? One or the other. All right, let's run diagnostics. Main terminal offline. Bridge controls offline. Engines technically functional. Hull integrity. Don't ask. This Mark IV's gunship operational parameters have exceeded acceptable damage ranges. The cost of any repairs necessary at your nearest UDL repair facility will be averaged amongst the crew. Let's view the logs. Okay, I'm gonna guess that third one is today. See, saying something about a spare regulator bypass or something. Chickshaw. Chickashaw? I'm turning this thing towards the groundbreaker, firing up the engines and retiring. Better to be arrested than lose power and drift out into space. Just hope this old bird can handle one last trip. CE. Chief Engineer, there we go. How in this law-forsaken colony is it so impossible to requisition parts? My chief engineer is barking at me to order yet another damn thing, and I can't even get a response from corporate. Another day, another ship lands on Terra 1 and we can't shoot him down. That makes... I've lost count. What's the point being out here if we can't get some backup? Start Mayday message playback.
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain
Perfect. Composure under pressure. Just absolutely perfect. I'll be taking that keycard though. And it does look like that actually removed a couple of our options in here, so I'm glad that I chose those first. I wouldn't be entirely surprised if someone was still alive in here, possibly very injured. I don't have Ellie with me, but I do have Nyoka, so I think worst case scenario, she gives me a little bit to medical if I recall correctly. Alright, that's a no on the any living. I don't know, there could have been like a crash shuttle or something. What's this? I'm assuming this is the targeting module. That does absolutely nothing for us. Ah, right. Hey, there we go. The cantankerous canid. Excuse me. Key items, thank you. Cantankerous canid targeting module. The targeting module controls the gunship's weapon system. Without it, the ship is effectively useless in combat. So much power in something so small. So it says optional. Convince MSI and the Iconoclasts to negotiate. The problem is that Zora doesn't want to talk to me right now. Every single time I go and try and have a discussion with her, she effectively just says, yeah, I mean, I'll come and talk to you later. So I'm a little suspicious that... it's another Mega Raptidon. I should still probably kill that. I'm a little suspicious that maybe I screwed up her quest line. Even with the hat. Yeah, I know. Despite wearing the absolute best hat. Oh my god, there's another Mega Raptidon? Think you broke that mission because you killed Graham too early? Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. That I might have accidentally broke my ability to complete that mission. Kind of want to see if I can just sneak past them all. Because there's a facility over the other side. I may as well explore that while I'm here. So... oh, there's a cache of supplies up there as well. Fine.
Here we go.
I might have bitten off all of it. And I probably can't chew much of it. Oops. Does result to Zora confronting Graham, and you have to choose who to side with. Yeah, I imagine that's how it was going to go. Thankfully, someone clarified for me immediately afterwards that that I didn't have the ability to actually save both.
Everyone all right?
I'll also be taking all of these on our way back up. So yeah, I'm fine ultimately with how I resolved that mission. If it does cause a problem, then, you know, submit that it was a problem. Yeah, that's fine. A thug kit I don't really care about. Sort of mark. Yeah. I was worried about this. Whole bunch of loot I don't really care about. Dang. Okay, if that has a wall, I'm gonna guess this is kind of like another pit that I have to fight in. Okay. Two down. Oh, that one's already dead. Sorry, I thought it was just lying down. Oh, okay.
Here we go.
I love them when they have unique names. Oh no.
To shreds, you say?
Wait a second. Run. That's called Chimera. But it is an enemy. It didn't get killed though. Fine. I'm worried that that might be part of the quest line of people having spliced their own DNA with the Raptidons. And that might be why it's uniquely named. And, I mean, you know, it's almost certainly why it's named Chimera. Because they've already been referring to their subjects as chimeras. Alright. It does feel like this is effectively just like a proving ground with a bunch of loot around it, but it doesn't necessarily look like any of the loot is important. Unfortunately. God, there's a ridiculous amount of ammo here. And yeah, we're over encumbered as well. Damn. Alright, start actually breaking down some of this stuff. Happily. Not that one, not that one, not that one. Yeah, fine. I probably don't need anything that has lockpick on it. Yeah, just the stealth skills increase should be enough for us. Oops. Almost ran directly into that. Fine. Mega Manta Queen is directly blocking that one.
We're doing this.
Apparently it's battle time again. Fine. Yeah, I think I'll go for the Mega Manta Queen just so that I can free out the facility behind.
You're going down.
You lock gear to prevent from breaking down. How do you mean?
I am a storm.
There's not like a breakdown all option kind of thing. Sadly, I don't believe. It's just a sell all jump. Thank you for getting that done for me. Necklace, Protoss ball blocker. Again, I'll take all of them. I don't think I need any of them,
Do
though.
it again.
Although this one should start being, yeah, break down some weapons. So you don't accidentally break down and sell equipment? The selling stuff... Oh, so just effectively mark it so this one stays with me? Yeah, it'd be neat to do that. You'd be able to spam through the inventories a lot faster.
Here we go.
Nobody messes with you, boss.
Nice one.
It's not fair. You should have died to the earliest shot.
Out of my way.
I love Felix running into the battle and turning around in order to get the drop kick. It's absolutely perfect. And it fits Felix's character as well. Felix, if you could just go finish that Colossus, please. Appreciate it. Oh, it actually does seem like I have collision with my own bullets on Felix, otherwise I would have killed the Stalker. Hey Rhapsody, the YouTube message with a link to the stream has an exclamation mark that got included. What? The YouTube message with the link to the stream has an exclamation mark. Oh, right. As in the link. Yeah. I should probably edit that in a second. Thank you for warning me. Ooh, hunting rifle ultra. Never mind. We already had one of those. Only would have mattered if it was pristine. And here I was hoping we were going to get something actually unique in this area. Alright, fine. I guess the idea behind them not putting anything, you know, incredibly unique around here is probably related to the fact that they don't want people to miss it, and, you know, clearing out this entire area isn't necessarily something that everyone would do, so I can understand it. Silly, thank you very much for the gift sub to a random scripter. Much appreciated. A random scripter. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. You may have sold a science weapon on your first play by accident. I probably would have ended up doing that had I not been warned. Thankfully, I get inoculated against obvious mistakes in this game because of other people having already made them. Alright, here again, I think I'll use a focus atoll. Ambidextrine will have to do. Come on, head up. Head up. That's not fair. I have to be... There we go. It's like a decent amount of crit damage.
Hey, boss!
Not
watch
enough.
this!
Also, apparently someone else is trying to fight me at the moment. Oh, what? There's a whole nother Manta Queen. Yeah, it makes sense we died then. Alright. Let's try and find that Manta Queen pod and kill that first. So how far ago was this? Oh, not that far. Because I literally just picked up the hunting rifle. Sweet. Oh, actually, there's the Manta Queen. Fine, this makes sense. Oops. Okay. Let's find a better angle. We'll be able to take out the Manta Pillars first. As long as we use the hunting rifle, I mean. Is it just that one Manta Pillar? Could well be. However much you enjoyed this game, you have one criticism: lack of weapon variety. Only 2 sniper options include. Yeah. Beyond hacking, better versions of the 2. Yeah.
Here they
Yeah.
come.
That's something I brought up as well, which is the weapon variety in this game is a little lacking. Thankfully, pretty much any DLC I have to imagine would directly address that.
Go up the ceiling!
Also, I'd kind of like if there was either more legendary equipment in the game, or like the legendary equipment was across the board a little different. Because it seems like they have a lot of unique statistics. Ah! It seems like they have a lot of unique statistics that only apply to one piece of equipment. Seems like they could possibly even randomly generate some really interesting legendary equipment with the stuff they have. Alright. At least we managed to make it through that one. Thank you all both for surviving. Ish. Alright. And then... Did I assault rifle? Yeah. I'm gonna heal this one up so that I can use the other Deadeye. Is there a knockback weapon effect and mechanic in this game? Maybe with some of the melee equipment and power attacks. I suspect there would be. Silly, thank you very much for the gift of a tier 1 sub to Kevo. Much appreciated, Kevo. Enjoy your emotes in chat. Welcome to the Republic. Okay, yeah. The belly is actually the weak spot. The fact that I've not been firing at that is the reason that the Manta Queens have actually been a problem for me. I'm gonna assume the Manta Swarms don't actually have a weak spot, though. Exacto sight, 15% damage. Grenade launcher Mark II. I think I already have one of those. You started the second run of the game in Supernova, and it really annoys you how you can't save anyone other than the ship. Yeah, I mean that can be a little frustrating. You can have quick saves. I found in Supernova, if you like enter and exit a town, occasionally it'll quick save for you. Okay, Plasma Carbine Ultra. Also probably don't need that, but it has Plasma by base. Shotgun and Ultra definitely don't need that. Backpack definitely don't need that. Mag to Power don't need that. Exacta Sight. Okay, so the Exacta Sight is actually considered by the game to be quite rare. Sell off junk here. Yeah, that's not even going to be that much. I'll also try and sell off a bunch of weapons. So I'm pretty sure there's none of these that I actually care to keep. Yeah, none of them. That was decent. Yeah, I need to be getting more weapons and then just selling them all. Especially if I find any pristine ones. Breaking those down is just an absolute tragedy. Yeah, that's probably not in. What do you got for us? Another Exacto site. Nothing else looks particularly interesting here. So I'm guessing this is an area that could have been like a conclusion of a mission. There's the sound of something whirring in there. So it might be the case that we just end up clearing this entire thing and then coming back later to hand in whatever mission here. Ooh, Protoss ball blocker, ordnance control armor, bunch of loot, revolver mark 2. This couldn't have been set out better. It kind of looks like a prize gallery. Oh, 750. Not bad. Kind of looks like a prize gallery from like The Price is Right or something. Everything perfectly on display. Ooh, Oxycomp aromatic. Fine. See, this doesn't even require us to actually... Hang on, let me just pop my tech skills one on there. No, it's not tech skills, it's stealth skills. Yeah, there we go.
You make it look so
This definitely isn't worth having 100 lockpick and getting that. But there is actually something that I should remember. There is a safe for 100 lockpicking that I found beforehand that I should also loot before I leave this area, just in case. Yeah, the idea is that another playthrough that I do at some point in the future will be a Supernova dumb melee playthrough, just so that I can actually enjoy those dumb options. Also because, you know, having a high int on a character that's based around being kind of tanky and just standing there and taking the hits and dealing them back doesn't seem necessarily sensible. Okay, well, doesn't actually look like I have the ability to do anything here. Is there no entry? More armor / weapon modification would be okay in the DLC. Yep. Oh, yep. For how prevalent the workshops are in this game, it seems like they could have a little more functionality.
All right, let's go.
Kill confirmed.
Why did I do that to myself? This weapon needed to be upgraded if I wanted to do that. Need better damage per shot, better damage per shot than that. I'll do it. Thankfully, they're all Manta Pillars, so they just go down instantaneously. Especially after I get the crit on one of them, because after I get a kill, I am guaranteed to have my next shot be a critical hit. Extremely luckily. Did we? Okay, we haven't cleared this area. That's fine. Take all of those, though. Pretty sure this is just going to lead back out into the main, right? Terra 1 publications. Sulfur Pits. Gunship Crash Site. Yeah, so this is just leading back to the same thing. Fine. Any news on the Undermine series? It should be continuing. It's just took a couple days off. Sorry about that. Silly, thank you very much for the gift sub to Perk System. Much appreciated, Perk System. Enjoy your emotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Whoa, okay. Mega Manta Queen. A little bit of loot over there, as well as those Mantis Soldiers. We should still probably clear it out. Fine.
I've been waiting.
Just gonna go straight for the stomach, see if I can get the Mega Manta Queen done first. Yeah, the Mega Manta Queen even understands where its weak point is. You can see that it was standing there kind of covering it. That should have been a clue to me earlier, but that was where I should have been firing.
Covering you. That's the last of them.
I like that I can have enough faith in Felix to just walk up and watch as he finishes killing something. That's another mag to melt, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't have been spending any of our money on mag to melts and just hunting. As it turns out, that would have worked well. Okay, no other special loot in the area. Fair enough, that makes sense. Alright, how far am I from... We haven't got any markings down there. And that looks like a little settlement. Of marauders? Okay. Sweet, it's been a while since I've actually seen some of them. Did you see that the creators of Life is Strange series are planning a game with trans protagonists who will be voiced by trans people in all languages? Ridiculous. That's excellent. Don't Nod games, right? Life is Strange. I think they also had Remember Me before that. It's really, really good to see. Right, hang on. There we go. That should be clear enough. One. Ah! Alright, should have reloaded first, clearly. Nope. Okay, if TTD was like a millisecond longer there, we would have been fine. What genre is the game they're planning? Just in case you happen to know.
That's the last of them.
Let me take all of these. Thank you. So this is probably one of the other ways that I could have gotten back up to that area. But I would have had to clear out the Marauder encampment in order to get there.
Me to never turn my back.
Mystery is all we know so far. Fine. As good a genre as any. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for enemies to move their head into my reticle at this point.
Right there.
The genre is a mystery 2 ways over. Yep. Wholly agree. I mean, again, it's just guns for selling later. It's more valuable than I've been giving them credit for so far. Marauder River Camp discovered. Yeah, figured that there was going to be a waypoint here. Actually, hang on. Do they have this town? Or were they just camping outside of it? You'd assume, but I don't want to make an ass out of you and me. Okay, they're definitely in that building at the absolute least. This is the corrosive one, so it has less damage per shot. Yeah! Yeah. That was always going to be too loud. Bit of wishful thinking on my part that we weren't going to get caught for that. Oh, I hope I didn't quick save too long before that. Otherwise, it's just going to be run and gun. Okay, never mind. Not too far before. Really enjoy the Life is Strange game, so another similar game by Don't Nod is good in your books. I still haven't even played Life is Strange. I really need to, though. It's one of those games that I've had more conversations about it than I have seen seconds of gameplay of it.